Welcome. Thanks for dropping in for the live. What's going on? Who do we have hanging out? Yo. Sorry about the noise. Got some water running through the pipes. Beauty of being in the basement when I do this. Just get all the sounds from up above. Have a look-see at some of these new pieces that I've got. I am loving, there we go. That's a little quieter. I'll perform here in this crystal titanium. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Still digging the unquiet hands here. What's happening, Greg? Just realized that this is like kind of off-centered, but there we go. Got the full Zerk secret. That one's got a really good sound. And therefore, because I swapped out that middle, I've got a full peak one. And now they just released this too, or at least they have a pre-order going on right now. And it's all black peak. And then there is a PEI one as well. So I do think I'll be getting that. Speaking of peak, or things that are all peak. Amy, what's up? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Cal. Thank you, thank you. Tractor King, thanks. Hello. Thank you, Matt. The Zerk Secret is good. I gotta be honest, in terms of mechanicals, thank you, Care Cats. This shark slider in full peak is incredible. General Flower, thank you so much. Appreciate it, guys. This thing I had in stainless steel, but I got it in full peak, and it actually is really awesome. It's got this kind of really gentle snap in that it does. That's really, really satisfying. So this one's full peak. I guess the only thing is this doesn't work as well, I'd say, on the peak, or it's not as satisfying as the stainless steel one. The peak is phenomenal, Cal. I've got the PEI one on the way too. But this is just really great. Carved in peak, man, I'd hope they'd do a masters in at least like titanium or something like that. Yeah, who knows? I don't know how long it'll take, but I think the diploma shows up in the mail at some point. Anybody else get this one? I found this one to be pretty fun. Honestly, I like it a lot. I hate that sound. It's so noisy down here right now. Did you like it, Amy? This has been really nice too. I'm not a knuckle roller guy, but I think, well, at least I wasn't, but I think I might be one now. Not really for any move other than this, but I like this. Dude, I love the top F. The top F is the really tiny, it's like the top B, but really small. It's phenomenal. And I had stainless steel, I had PEI, and I had the Zerk one, Zerk and brass. I really want to get the Zerk one back. That's one that I regret selling. It just had a really good, crisp snap to it that I really liked. That one, I mean, I've tuned a lot of these in my day, but between this and my Zerk one that I have, I think they might have the best sound I've gotten out of one of these. Oh, it sounds so good. Love those. Okay, so, oh, Amy, yeah, you got one. Had to get used to it. Did you get the Easter egg one, the colorful one, or just the plain Zerk? Congrats, Matt. You got the Poochcon Light. That's awesome. That's a good one. I like that one a lot. Just the plain, yeah. Did yours come with any weird, I mean, I think I talked about it in the review that I did, but mine came with like, I wondered if they did some sort of like acid wash for the metal or something like that, but it was kind of like this white dust stuff all over it. I had to kind of get an alcohol wipe and clean it up before I could use it, really. Tractor King, are you thinking about getting yourself a top F? No white dust. Good. Oh, the top H. That is the new one. I bought a Zerk and titanium one, Zerk and titanium. And James from Metal Toys was nice enough. He threw in the stainless steel one so that I could do like kind of a full comparison vid for you guys. So that shipped. I'm hoping to get that this week. And then I'll have, usually when there's a release like that, especially Metal Toys, which is just a brand that I obviously love if you guys didn't know it. When that happens, I usually try to do a review the day that I get it and put that out because people are really curious about those new drops. The ruler is worth it in the craziest way. This was one that I resisted because I thought that looks so dumb. It is bigger. It is bigger compared to, here's the secret. So you can see that it's definitely bigger. And I thought, well, it's stupid that it's a ruler, but it sounds great. And it's got this magnet on top and then right under here. So it's got this really good kind of like clasping noise. And yeah, I agree. Amy, I think I'm going to try to get the ruler in PEI as well. This was one that I didn't think I needed to own at all, and now I'm looking at the other materials. But yeah. Top D is phenomenal. So My favorite in the Top D family is this zipper clock plate. So it's got those right there, so you can run it up and down like that. It's just got good sound all around. Why PEI over metal? It depends on what you're looking for in terms of a slider. PEI can really amplify sound. Same with peak, in a way that some metals will kind of stifle or quiet. And so sometimes you want PEI because you'll get a louder sound out of it. Sometimes even like a crisper. God, I'm trying to look if I have anything that's PEI. This is kind of a bad example because this one's pretty dull sounding as it is. But that can be a really good kind of noisemaker in a way. Managed to score Pyra in the latest drop. Oh man. Yeah, I am enjoying mine. And Greg, what I realized was I thought, I was like, I don't know, maybe I'm kind of losing. Okay, I've already got a little ding in mine. Damn. I thought maybe I was kind of already starting to lose interest in it because it is thinner, it is smaller than other sliders, and so depending on the size of your hands, I guess, it can feel like kind of a chore to push it. And sometimes I don't realize that that's what's kind of like holding me back or from enjoying something. And once I figure it out, I switch up the magnets, and then it's phenomenal. So this one, all I did was I opened it up, and the 4 center magnets on one side I swapped out for some weaker magnets, and that was it. This thing slides like a dream, handles perfectly. So Greg, see how you feel when you get yours, if you're enjoying it. But it doesn't affect the sound or the function of it at all. It just makes it a lot smoother. So let me know when you get yours if it's something that you think you want to change out those magnets and you don't have them. Let me know. I've got a ton of that size magnet. I want to say it's maybe like a 3mm by 3 or something. Yo, thank you, Morgan. Appreciate it. Do I know what strength I went for? Nope. Here's the thing. I've never bought like magnets on a legit site. I have a legit site that I will use eventually when I decide to do so, but I do so much swapping to try to figure out magnet strengths that eventually they all get mixed up, and the ones that I bought from Amazon don't come rated in any certain way. I don't know if anybody else got one of these. A little tough to use in public, or even while, like, I don't know, sitting at home on the couch or something like that, but it's so unique. I don't know if I'll be able to bring myself to selling it. You know what? Yeah, I mean, UK, you're going to end up spending a lot of money. I could probably find just the Amazon link to send you. I have an email address in my bio. So, if you get it and you want those magnets, shoot me an email and let me know. I'll get you the link. I have really loved this thing a lot more than I thought I was going to enjoy. Matt said, are you more apprehensive to go inside a magnetic fidget or mechanical? It depends on the mechanical. I mean, there are some like the Top F from Metal Toys that is still one that I won't mess around with. It's just too intense inside. And they really come set up in a way that's not going to get any better than what it already is. But yeah, I don't really have any problem getting into a magnetic one, I wouldn't say. Still enjoying your Teflon Wispy? Yes, absolutely, I am. Oh, the Kuko V4 with Teflon plates. I have not gotten the new Kuko, unfortunately. Where is a good place to sell them, Josh? There is the Daily Fidget Marketplace on Facebook. That's really probably the best spot. But it's funny that you asked that, because I am doing something. I had posted on Facebook about kind of a cool announcement that I was looking forward to. And it's the announcement of I'm going to start selling my secondhand stuff on a Shopify store. So instead of posting in the Daily Fidget Marketplace, and then people that aren't on Facebook and maybe only know the community from YouTube can still go in and look at what I have for sale. Maybe it's stuff that it'll all be stuff that I've reviewed, but I can go in there then and post that stuff, and you guys can go in and purchase it. If you're into that piece, maybe it's a more unique piece that's harder to find these days. So check that out. I put the link in the chat there. But pretty excited about that. Yes, a world of pain. I agree, Cal. Teflon stickers are the same as Teflon plates. Not really. Teflon has a pretty interesting sound to it. Let me see. Hold on. Here I've got a Teflon plated peak, and you can hear it's really poppy. Let me find my... All right, and then here are Zerk plates. I don't know if you guys can hear the difference on that. Right? So I think Teflon plates are pretty cool, and probably a lot different than Teflon tape. Also, Teflon tape is going to be probably a little thicker and cause some hardships in terms of magnet strength not being as effective. Arc body style. I got diamond, Teflon tape. I don't think the breakthrough slider really needs any tape. I don't think that's really necessary for that one. Those stainless steel plates are really smooth, and should be, you know, they don't require any break-in or anything like that. So I would say no. And you do have to remember, like I said, any tape or any additional distance that you add to the plates, even if it's, you know, 3 millimeters or a millimeter, that's all going to affect how the slider functions. Got my little CP5 here. Love that one. Let's see. What else have we had recently? I got this guy with Zerk plates. So this is one that I'd owned before, ZD EDC, and it was just a titanium body and stainless steel plates. I love the plates. These are a little different. These are more curved, where those have kind of this defined ridge around the corner, around the edge. The stainless steel does. But I wanted the black and blue look. So I ended up going for that. This is a really extra crunchy, fun slider. Found this one on AliExpress. Do I remember getting an Aura Sand Slim Pro over a Magnus slider? Oh, do I recommend that? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, although it depends on your preference, again. Look how cool that is. This is UV activated. This is the Apex slider. I think the Aura Sand Slim Pro is very user-friendly. Cool. Magnus is also user-friendly, but I think there's just so many options that you might not end up with exactly what you wanted. And it can be a real chore feeling like you're tracking down the actual Magnus slider that you did want. Josh doesn't really like it, but it looks cool. I got this from, what is it? Pilch 3D on Etsy. It's kind of cool. It's the roller pod from Pilch Prints, I think is what it is, 3D. So it's got this little ring of ball bearings that kind of adds something to the decoder. You can move that around, and then it kind of amplifies the sound too. Because when you turn it, these little balls rattle. So that's kind of cool. If you have a decoder and you're interested in that, you can hear how that changes the sound. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, Michael, if you're looking for pretty low effort push, the Breakthrough and the Magic Play are awesome. I'd say that the Aura Sand is right in that same vein. Magnus also ships almost, or at least he used to. I don't know if this is the case anymore with all the Mag Labs, but used to ship with like the N52s in every single spot. And it really, you had to do some modifying to get a really good slide out of it. What's up, AC Castle? Peace. Sure you'll love it. The magnets with the Teflon plates were perfect out of the box. The X plates. The X plates on a Kuko are fantastic. in my opinion. I do think you still need strong corner magnets because there's separation there from that raised X separating the magnets. Let's see what else we got. Some new stuff, the Mirage. Or sorry, I think this is called the Leap. I love that. This thing was a lot more fun than I expected. I really kind of had written it off when I bought it as just kind of a review and sell piece, but now I'm kind of enjoying it. What plates do I have on my novel carry? I've got the textured ones on this, and then I don't actually have my titanium one or my Fidget Boy swoop right now because those are out for, is it Cerakote, I think they pronounce it. So I sent that off to be Cerakoted. So that's going to come back with a really nice armor black coating. That's going to look really cool. This thing, so much fun. Totally unexpected. This is the Lodestone, and I had been seeing these kind of pushed in like Facebook advertisements and stuff like that. And it is so kind of out there and funky. And you just get so much weird, it works as a top, you can spin it. This thing is crazy. I mean, it just moves in the craziest ways. Who did I get to Cerakote them? The terminal impact plate from Loudy. I am still waiting on that. I was told it was a pre-order. I didn't realize I was getting into a pre-order, but I don't know if anybody's gotten that terminal plate or if that's still just pre-order only. This is called the Lodestone, Lode stone, from like Jiminy. Oh damn. Yeah, Fidget Boy swoops are sus only on his Facebook site, Facebook page. Cal, I'm going to have to let you know separately, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to look at my computer right now if I've got his name recorded somewhere. Oh, Messenger. There we go. It was... Oh, Shiny EDC. SHINY EDC is who's doing the Cerakote. A gentleman by the name of Tyler Anderson. So I sent those off just a few days ago here. Yeah, you know what? I contacted Flyaway, Allison from Flyaway, back in November. And by end of December, she got back to me. And I responded to her and said I was still interested. And then she never responded again. So I don't know if they were going through some, kind of business woes at that time or what. But it ended up that she was not able to do it. This is called, okay, let me see if I can find it here. Etsy. Because I don't remember the company. Oh, you know what? Damn, I got the box right here. Let's take a look here. I'm going to do a review on this one too. The lodestone from Jiminy Trek. Lodestones. And they've got all sorts of different colors and whatnot. Thrilled that you purchased one. Don't choke on it. Yeah. So, definitely a worthy purchase. It's just so funky. I've been carrying this, and after a while, sometimes some of the 3D stuff can wear off a little bit, but it is a blast. All right. Yeah, this thing is just crazy. All right. I'll put that down now. Let's see what else we got. Oh, for my novel carry plates mat on my titanium one, I am running one of the I can never remember how to pronounce it, but the pattern from Urban EDC where it's got the little humps. It's got a Japanese name, but I can't remember. And then one of just the plain novel carry plate that came with it. So 2 stainless steel plates, but one patterned and one not. This thing I somehow still enjoy. This one's a lot of fun. Let's see here. I wonder if I can. So check this out. This is the Shopify store that I'll have. Click on it, and everything that I'm currently selling, Fidget pants, is on there. So it's going to be a hell of a lot easier to buy stuff from me. Hopefully. I'm hoping it's easy to use for not just you guys, but me as well. And I'm really curious about this because it says get emails from me. And you can put in your email address there to get early access to new products and exclusive deals. Now, I didn't even set that up, so if you sign up for it, I'm curious to see what happens there exactly. But I think that is a good idea. If you sign up for that, you'll get maybe dibs on a product before I list it to the rest of the folks. Do I enjoy their sliders? You're talking about novel carry, I think. And if that's the question, yes, I do enjoy novel carry sliders. In fact, I'm beta testing their new one. And I've got my textured plates on this as well. And it's really enjoyable. So novel carry is really, they're stepping it up. They're starting to machine things differently and kind of figure out how to do things to make them a little more user-friendly. I don't know where I just set my novel carry slider down, but let's just grab this one, I guess. They are now machining that edge so that it's going to be a little more, it won't be as sharp. It'll be a little easier. It's going to be nice. So they're doing that with all the titanium ones now as well. Let's see. So, Cal, honestly, the Shopify store wasn't that expensive. I mean, I guess you'd have to sell a lot to make it worth your time. Setting it up was not quick, but it's like $30 a month. I got it for $1 for 6 months, and then 30 a month after that. Look at that. Ooh, that's cool. Let's see what else. Can you describe that fully magnetic modular 4 to 5 level breakdown spinner I was telling you about? Maybe somebody will know. Oh, there. Yeah, I don't. If anybody understands, I'm just not in the spinner game enough to know. There was a fully modular spinner that Matt was looking for. I could not find anything like it. Michael, special drops, limited edition stuff. Yeah, I mean, if I go to sell something that is harder to find, maybe a little more specialized or something like that, I will definitely put it up there and alert you guys through, I don't know, shorts or a YouTube post or something like that. Robert Robertson has a shop from Texas I highly recommend. Robert Robertson. I'm not aware of that. Knox Lively. Yeah, autism. I gotta be honest, I mean, I'm sure these are really helpful to people with autism. I don't know, I'm sure everybody's on some sort of spectrum. Do I think I have it? Not really. But maybe when it comes to certain things, I'm very particular, if it's cleaning or the sounds of fidgets. People at work used to give me, it was used to give me a hard time in a loving way because I had like 5 different keyboards. This was before I discovered fidgets. I had like 5 different keyboards in drawers at work. And depending on what mood or what sound I wanted, I would get out a different keyboard for the day and plug it in. And so if I wanted like a clack, 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 and I didn't have anybody in the office with me, or if I wanted something really quiet, they're like, "You're nuts, man." I'm like, "I'm telling you, each one of these has a different sound." But now I bring these to work, and some of those same people are in love with these. So, haha, joke's on them. Robert Robertson, I'm not sure who that is, or I haven't heard of his shop. Do you know what the name of his slider is? I can barely sell anything, so I can't afford it. Oh, yeah, Etsy is tough, I've heard, for people that are trying to sell. Unfortunately. Greg, you talking about this Compiform? I do love this one. I'm looking to get a V4. So I've got a V3 here and a V5, and they're virtually identical in size, but the V4 was bigger, and I do want to get a V4. A terrible effort on the spinner, Matt. Sorry, Matt. Hopefully somebody knows what you're describing. It's tough to fully understand as a visual learner. what it is you're talking about in text. It's tough to understand like a 4 or 5 tier spinner. I'm not even sure what shape that would be. I mean, I've seen 4 to 5 tier spinners that were like pyramids that are like a desktop toy, but it's a tough one, man. Hey, thanks, Steven. Appreciate it. Things are going good. Happy to have you here. How do I carry my fidget sliders to work? I'm having some trouble, so I take my whole collection. My wife thinks I'm nuts. I can remember a day when I had 3 fidgets to my name, and I'm sorry I'm wearing a Band-Aid. I always think that's kind of gross, but I got the most intense paper cut. I had 3 fidgets. My wife was like, your collection is getting out of control. And look at me now. But I use a Loudy Foxbat, I believe is the case. Look at that paper cut. Oh my God. Feels awful. Kills me. The Loudy Foxbat is like a little pouch about this big. And you can get like 2 sliders and... No, you can get like 5 sliders in there total. Now, if you're like me, I take 5 and I put them in the slots, and then I cram it full of other sliders. So, yeah, I could go grab it. I don't have it on me. Hold on, quick intermission. Let me go grab that. That is the Loudy Foxbat. Oh my God, that goddamn water filter, man. So you can put 1 in there. You can have 3 in here. And then right as you go to close it, I always do that. And then I just shove it full of more shit. And then leave the house. And you never know what kind of mood you'll be in. So this is nice for road trips as well. Foxbat. Nice for road trips. And then I guess, I'm not entirely sure what you do with this. This must just be for belts. Just so you can wear it on your belt. But I've never done that. So I usually have, several mechanicals and several different sliders depending on where I'm going. I change it a little bit. So if I'm going to be in like work meetings all day, I might take something smaller that's a little quieter. Or one of these. So it all depends on what environment I'm walking into. I will change up what I stuff it full of. All right, different tracks for the top H. Ooh, I yawned. Sorry. Yeah, I hope so. Although I can't say that I totally understand what the internals are of it yet, because I don't think he's put a video out of even what the track looks like in the top H. So I'm not sure what we're dealing with on the inside, or if it's, if the tracks are able to be swapped, because I also know it's like a more budget-friendly version. And I'm curious to see what that equates to inside the slider. So we'll see when I get those. Hopefully this week, like I said, and then I'll review them ASAP. Cleaner. Kleiner. Oh, I hope I pronounced it right in one of those pronunciations there. I'm new to the space. Fun new hobby for sure. Can you recommend a quiet, magnetic, or mechanical slider I can use at work? Thank you for your content. You're welcome. Axiom EDC is phenomenal for quieter fidgets. They've got these knuckle rollers. They've got, damn, hold on. They haven't released one of these yet, so I don't want to show that. Where's my other stuff? But they also have the Elementum, which is like a spinning coin. They've got the, damn it, help me out. What am I thinking of? The Elementum, the Flux coin, that's what I'm thinking of, which is just a coin with a little ball in the middle that you can, move around. Yes, Shopify is up and running. Spin pin. Oh yeah, that's the knuckle roller that's got a spinning top, I believe. So definitely check out axiomedc.com. I don't think there's any dash in there, but I can check. Axiom EDC. Axiom. No space. So just axiomedc.com. Honestly, I think in terms of the quiet fidget game, they're kind of cornering that market. I think that's the best place to go right now for that. It won't take payment? No, really? Damn. Yeah, see, so I'm also new to the Shopify game, but there is, I put a link in the description here, although clearly that's not going to help too much if the shop doesn't work. There's the thing again. Patience to wait for orders out of China. 2 weeks is a bit of a stretch. Hold on, let me back up really quick. I missed some comments there. Walking out of the house. Oh, just another person. Thank you. Sorry if you're late. I didn't want to make you late. Shopify's up, but doesn't work apparently. I got to work on that. Pig nose. Yes. You know what I want to do is I think I want to get the Korean 2-piece pig nose and then use this sandwich with it. I just have not made it around to doing that, but that's been my plan since I got that. I don't have the Flux coin yet, but plan to get it soon. I know they're still up on the site. The Elementum is sold out, but that is a great piece. Hopefully they'll release some more here. Okay, so how do I have the patience to wait for orders out of China? I am constantly selling stuff so that there's always something new rolling in. Generally, like every week, I've got new stuff coming, and so I never really run out of something new. So there's a little gnat in here. Damn, missed him. And so that makes it easier to wait. Now, if I was ordering it and there was no more orders in between, and I was just sitting and waiting for that one particular piece, that would be tough. That would be tough. And I used to do that, and I can testify it was in fact tough. Now it's just not loading at all. Fuck. Well, that would suck. You know, if that's the case, I'm going to have to go in. But if you do want to buy, I know the fidget pants, they're only $652. So that is a definite steal. Yeah, I'll mess around with the Shopify a little more. It's something I've never done. Really, I wanted to set it up so it worked just like Marketplace would, where you guys could pay with PayPal and that it'd be linked to my PayPal, but I thought I had all the little check marks checked in terms of what needed to be done before the shop could open. So I thought I was good to go, but maybe not. Do I have to charge more because of fees? I mean, there's like tax, I think, sales tax on it. Which kind of sucks, but really, all I did was I went in there and I set it up to Cash App too. Okay, yeah, I could set that. I don't know if that was an option. It was like credit cards or PayPal, but I'll check it up. I'll check it out since you are a new shop owner. Well, that could be too. Maybe they need a couple more days to verify. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Either way, I mean, it's something that's coming down the pipeline at least. So that is going to be something that's going to be so much easier for me and hopefully you guys to get a hold of some of these pieces. That's true, Matthew. The top B with Teflon ZZ plates is probably, it's absolutely silent, I think. JO3R gas. What's happening? And what's happening, Christopher? Appreciate you guys joining. Also, I made the URL for the Shopify, and my wife said, "You're an idiot. You should have just done FF resale at Shopify.com," which I didn't think of. So it's Fidget Focus resale.myshopify.com, which it's a little long. But my goal was to make it so that it would just be a link on the YouTube page so that you guys would just be able to click it. You wouldn't have to worry about entering it every time or something. Let's see what else I got going on here. Oh, I know these are our fan favorite. Piano sliders. How do I find competitive sliders for tricks and speed? Well, some of them are labeled specifically as trick sliders, but a lot of times it can come down to your magnet setup. You know, so I can move really quick with the Super X, where some people that got the Super X did not feel too high on it. And the Pyra also moves incredibly well. But in terms of like the breakthrough slider, usually they're marketed as trick sliders. So I would just kind of keep an eye out on the language that they use to sell them, or the videos that they put up when they release them, because sometimes like things like the Aura Sand, that was put up, and the Breakthrough were put up specifically to be trick sliders in China. How would I compare Peak and PEI for mechanicals? I had to walk away. Oh, I think Peak. Did I get? Fuck! I got him and I let him go. That goddamn gnat. For me, Peak is kind of the ultimate. I don't know that there's a huge difference, but a lot of times it can come down to color, where this is the natural color for Peak and it's a little less, I don't know, I don't want to say offensive or aggressive or something, but you know, sometimes you don't want the yellow see-through plastic. But ultimately, they're both really good, really, what's the word I'm looking for? Very versatile, and they can take a lot of wear and tear. So they're very tough plastics. For me, I think I like the sound of peak better, but I don't know that I can tell you exactly why. So I hope that non-answer gives some sort of understanding. Yeah, Steven, I got the top H. I've got Zerk, titanium, and stainless steel coming. So I'll have like a more kind of comprehensive video coming on that. I did not get the brass one. That's just not my thing. Not the sound I'm into. If I push the top B up my hiney and do the twist, the sound is amazing. Oh, I get it, because Matt does not like the top B. Matt, I hate to say that you're missing out. You've just never tried a well-tuned top B. And if you want to say it's travel, that's also wrong, because you don't need a whole lot of travel when you've got a sound like that. It's so damn good. Yeah, I think the all black peak secret makes me sad that I have an all peak in this tan color. But yeah, I think the all black peak one is going to be phenomenal. I think the PEI one is also going to be great, and I'll probably get that as well, because I think that could look kind of cool in this. Maybe the black with that transparent yellow in the middle. Swapping out some different ones here would be pretty cool. What else do we got? Piano and dents. All natural peak will give you more street cred. Maybe, is that true? The real fidget heads looking for that tan color to know if you're legit or not. Yeah, I've done DIY sandblasting. Yeah, DIY sandblasting, you just have to be careful and kind of make sure you're taping things properly. Oh my god. This was the other one I was looking for. There's one of my Axiom EDC pieces, the pod, which I outfitted with stainless steel, and then the white Delrin, which is another really versatile plastic. Also very quiet. This was one that I sandblasted and then polished after the fact. This originally came like an ice cream cone. So it had this little stem that came off here. And then the coating was like this plastic coat that made it look like an ice cream cone. But it is a mechanical and magnetic. So I sandblasted the hell out of it and then polished it. And honestly, I paid 15 bucks on AliExpress. This is a really hard to beat mechanical. It's very good. So yeah, you can sandblast your own stuff. It's not going to hurt anything, but I would say for any parts that make contact with each other, obviously you'd want to disassemble, make sure the plate's not in there and all your hardware's out. And then maybe tape off, you wouldn't even have to do that. I was going to say tape off the inside. Maybe just tape off the edge. and then sandblast just the shell, and you'd be all right. What the hell? J.I. roll. Right yellow slider. Are you talking about this one? I want my Zerk Secret, the purple track as well. Wish they sold them separately. Me too. Now this is nice, but it is a little heavier. Now that it's all Zerk. And because of that, oh no, that's right. I swapped out the balls, a higher tension spring so that it didn't fall by itself. So yeah, that one's really nice and it looks really pretty. I don't still have the Unquiet Hands gravity clicker. I made a trade with somebody for that actually. It was nice. That's one of those ones where I said that the Unquiet Hands, like I had this with Zerk plates originally and just didn't really care for it. And somebody told me I had to try the one with the Teflon plates. Tried it with Teflon plates, perfection. Now, the gravity clicker that I got was Delrin, and I was a little underwhelmed in a way, but I mean, it was a good fidget, but just not really for me. I wonder if getting the all-tie one, titanium, would have made a difference. Like if I got that, if that would be a more successful material for me. Smaller on the ball bearings in the Secret. So you can do that, but if you go all Zerk, because of the weight, like I said, it's going to fall by itself. Not on standard, but if you switch over to dense, you could go like that and it'll just go, because there's nothing really pushing against it to hold it in. Yes, I do mess around with the bead material a lot. There are some sliders, like materials like Peak, where if you put Teflon balls in there, you can still get a really awesome sound. Where if you put Teflon balls in stainless steel, it's not as good. And so I really think it's worth messing around. And in glass beads with those gold springs, like the gold brass springs, will really create a ping that you can't get out of anything else. So it's kind of, sometimes it produces a different feel too, where if you have a stainless steel ball on a stainless steel track, it'll ride really smooth. But if you want kind of a grittier feeling, like a glass bead on titanium has a really different feel than a stainless steel bead on titanium. So it's interesting to try out all the different materials, and sometimes swapping those can make a huge difference. Teflon balls will generally get you a quieter sound in most cases. Yeah, the stainless steel plates for the Novel Carry Delta. Again, I don't have my Novel Carry titanium Delta on me right now because that is out to get blackened. So it's going to come back looking really badass. In terms of my carbon fiber one, I'm just running the textured plates on there, but I am curious about trying out my stainless steel plates on my carbon fiber one. I just have not done that yet. Maybe I'll do that tonight. while the wife and I watch a show. Is anybody going to watch that Alien Earth? Shit looks badass. I'm really excited for it. We've been watching, rewatching, and listening to all the music from K-pop Demon Hunters lately. Shout out to my other Huntrix fans out there. If you haven't watched that, the kids love it. Or at least my one son does. God damn, I don't know how you release a movie that has some of the best pop music in it that I've heard in the last 10 years. Easy. Every song is killer. So good. Anyway. Yeah, thank you for the reminder. I am going to try the stainless steel plates on this tonight. And I'll report back. Now, if you're tuning beads, Metal Toys really offers so many different options for the top B. And Play for Beans, right there. Mark Chang, that is his specialty. It's like springs and balls. He loves messing with that stuff and the different tension. He could talk about that all day. He's great at it. Also got this guy that I have not reviewed yet. But I had seen this coin a little while back. And it's got this little interesting backside here. It's got a great sound, but it's so thick for what it is. I'm not sure I understand the size. I have not yet undone that, and so I'm not sure what that is going to release, if it's just going to open this backside up or what, but it seems very thick for what it is. I'm curious to jump into that. And then this guy, which I have to review. Purchased something recently, and the person that sent me the item was nice enough to include this for me to review, because I had not yet reviewed it. Let me see if I can find the item that they sent originally, though. Oh, here it is. That 42 Cosmo carbon fiber slider. With stainless steel plates. The Nebula. Pretty interesting little guy. Just really kind of bizarre, though. But shout out to them for sending this along, because I had not yet reviewed it. How do I tell what size the stock springs and bead sizes are? Gonna need one of these here. Calipers. These are used by many a machinist around the world. So if you have something and you're like, what is the size of this? I can see that it's about 3.12 millimeters thick. You can also get something from the inside, so I can see that this is about 8 millimeters wide right there. So that's an 8 millimeter magnet that I'm going to need in that middle part if I wanted to replace it. So that is an important tool, and you can get one for about $20 on Amazon. Probably even cheaper than that. So that's important to have if you want to be able to check bead sizes and stuff. Springs, you can do that with those as well, but it's a little harder because obviously they condense, so you have to be a little more exact with those. Do you still plan on doing a video on a double bead slot on the Loudy chalk? I did that. I did that video on the double bead slot. The one thing I'm waiting for is the terminal plate, which is the Loudy chalk plate that has the extra ding at the end. But that was a pre-order that I'm still waiting on. Double bead with the new plate is great. I agree. What is the acidic core star? I can't turn that well. I have large hands. Maybe spinners are not for me. Acidic core star. Is that a spinner? No way you actually listed the fidget pants. My wife was like, no one's going to know what the fuck that is. I was like, if they are true fidget heads, true fans of the channel, they'll know what the fidget pants are. And maybe some guy from Dubai or something like that will drop $652 on those pants and I'll just ship them to him. I need some prince of another country to have the money to spend on pants. Have you tried a Kuko slider with the IsoGrid plates? Yeah. The Kuko sliders are phenomenal. X plates are my favorite. The IsoGrid was nice, but I do enjoy the X plates more. I do want to try, I don't know, I think I want to get one of the little mini Kukos again. I had one, I sold it, but I may get that back. Pingy springs and glass balls from Play for Beans in my chalk. Yeah. That's awesome. Okay. Now that is one thing, I'll be honest, Matt, that I have not messed around with. Like this came with the 2 black silicone nitride beads and the springs. And I didn't mess with the ball material or the springs at all. So I am... Okay, now I've got chores for tonight. Stainless steel plates on this. And I'll mess around with this because honestly I haven't touched this in a while. I've been waiting for that terminal plate. So now I gotta... God damn it. I gotta mess with these. I'll set them up there so I remember. I'm curious about the terminal plate too, man. It's taking forever. Also, Matt, plenty of fucking cicadas here, so I'm not even sure that I want more cicada sounds, but maybe if it's coming from a fidget, I might be a little more accepting. Super curious about the terminal plate with single bead versus double bead for the chalk. I hadn't even considered that. So I appreciate you bringing that up because I will keep that in mind when I make the video, how that makes a difference. If I take the single bead post versus the double bead post on the terminal plate. Good call, my friend. Oh, Matt says the acidic core is AC/EDC. Man, I will have to look that up. I was in the spinner game for a little bit, and then I just kind of dropped out. But this is the one that's kind of remained, is the titanium cell from CAP, or Kinetic Asian Pacific, and I still love this one so much. That sound is like ocean waves to my ears. Just sounds so peaceful and nice. And I hate to let it go, but you know, part of the game is constantly selling these things so that I can keep reviewing more stuff. But this Fidget Boy X-Boy Light, it's just fucking incredible. Oh, that pains me because I will never get this back. I mean, this thing is pretty rare. So this one's up on the Shopify store. Sounds so good. Great sound, great feel. And then this guy's up there too. My tree foil from Metal Toys, which I also love. All of which have special bearings that I bought separately. So they have much more of a whir to them than they normally came with. Okay. Sounds awesome. Do you remember what you bought? Do I remember what I bought? Do I remember what I bought for what? Curious what you keep in the case with all the stickers. It's funny you bring that up because I was just looking in there today and it's mostly a lot of shit right now. I've got this thing, which was a track roller from work that I put a rubber band around. And it just has kind of a nice sound. I used to keep tools in it, but it's just not as convenient to get to. I've got some extra bearings. I've got some extra plates from my Fidget Boy Swoop. This was one of the first things I bought on Etsy. One of the first metal pieces that I had. Can't tell you how many times the kids have almost lost one of these sides. My youngest is obsessed with this thing that I absolutely hate it. But it's missing the magnetic ball from the middle, but he is obsessed with this piece. So I keep it here just because he wants to always hold it. Yes, it's the coolest case with the worst stuff. Yeah, I've got some extra novel carry plates. I've got a spinner thing. I've got an extra little thing for my microphone. This was one of my first fidgets, the old Fidget Cube. Oh god, I didn't set a price for the Jai Li, the pig slider, huh? Yeah, I'll have to correct that. It's definitely not $0. For that one, I'll have to see. I don't know, set that back up. Has anybody watched? I know everybody wants to talk fidgets, and I love movies and TV. Has anybody watched the new War of the Worlds with Ice Cube? And is it worth me hate watching it? Because I've just seen some of the like Amazon propaganda coming out of that movie. That just makes me laugh so hard. Like they've got Ice Cube actually ordering off of Amazon during the movie. It just looks crazy. I want to watch it so bad. Better do it before someone orders it. I don't want to jack up the live stream here though. But yeah. This abomination, Jeremy, this is the Lodestone, and it's not only an absolute blast. I don't know how to explain it. It's so much fun. And I'm excited to review it because I thought Abomination as well, but I just kept getting pushed this ad for this thing. And so finally I found the shop that sold them. And I think somebody had also posted on one of the Facebook groups saying, like, what is this fucking thing? And is it worth it? And nobody responded. So I figured, okay, that means nobody else knows if it is worth it. And I went and bought one. It was $20, you know? And they've got all sorts of different color combinations. I just went with standard black, but, you know, it's a spinning top. It spins on that, and it spins actually really well. And then you've got other kind of wacky shit you can do with it. I don't know. Like, just that alone is like crazy. It feels like you're holding 8 bees by the wings to keep each other from fighting or something like that. Fucking stupidest thing I've said. I got it from, and I showed this a little earlier because people were asking. It's the Lodestone, and it's from Jiminy Trek on Etsy. So, check it out. I think it's cool. It does look like an Abomination, and honestly, out of the box, I was like, what is the fucking flow here? Because you're like moving it, but then eventually the chaos becomes the flow, and it's just enjoyable in the most bizarre way. Also, I'm hoping, and what it's got me thinking about is, like, could they make a slider where the two edges, like the two ends here, are like this? So you could push up on it just like you do with this one, and it goes up and connects and then flips down, you know? So you got a slider, connects on that end. I don't know. I think it could be really interesting as just a 2 instead of a 4 kind of thing. Yeah. Joe, I will also test different ball and spring materials when I review that terminal plate. I know a lot of people are pumped about that one, so when I do that, I'll go all out on that review for sure. Oh, thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. I'll check that out. Did I miss anybody else? I think that's it. All right, we're at 84 minutes. Folks, I will go and I will do some work on that their fidget focused resale site on Shopify, and hopefully get some of that stuff ironed out, including, you know, how to pay. But I'll let you know. I'll let you know what I figure out, and once I do figure it out, I'll put up that that it's, you know, open for business again. But keep an eye on it, and hopefully that's up and running tonight here. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you from joining. I will always keep the bees from fighting. James, thanks for joining. Sorry, a little late. We're wrapping things up, but appreciate you guys joining. Appreciate your support for the channel, especially while I was doing school and everything like that, and just enjoying whatever content I was able to put out during that time, and hopefully I have time to kind of spend more time editing the content and really make some more quality stuff. But I will make sure that there's still a review every day, Monday through Friday, no matter what. If you guys have any worry bricks for sale, let Anas know. All right. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And thanks, Morgan. Cheers. All right. Don't talk about B Club. Bye.